Hello everyone, this is your girl Sugary Girl Candy 2012 and I'm bringing you guys another rant. And you read the title, so you pretty much already know what this is about. Um, so, basically Microsoft are doing another console drop. I mean, like literally like what, a month or two ago, the Xbox One was sitting at $349, did well in December. And a lot of people like to trump over that, like, yeah, the Xbox ruled in December, blah blah blah. But you gotta all kind of admit it was just due to the fact that they cut the damn thing down. So obviously, it was gonna naturally do well, especially if you're a parent and you see the Xbox One costing $349, see the PS4 at 400. So anyway, the reason why I have bipolar in my title, because that's what it seems like this company is nowadays. Very, very bipolar. Like, they just don't know what they want to quite do with this console. And this is the most confused I've ever seen them. Like, this is mad insane. Like, first, it was said when asked, you know, um, first it was said by one of the higher ups that no, we can't just turn off all these features of the Xbox One like that with at the snap of a finger, and then they turn around and they turned off all the DRM bullshit, and it was just like that. I'm like, okay. Um, they exclaimed that the console was at a good price. At the time, it was like $500. Yet they wound up doing how many price drops within 1 year? I say about five. Could be less, but it's so much. It's. I'm like, damn. I'm surprised Microsoft don't give these damn things out so freely. But the thing that irks me though is the fact that when Microsoft first, it's like when Microsoft when first let me say, like, every time Microsoft do something like a price drop, then here comes another article or the media come running out saying, so should Sony, price drop their console because Microsoft did? Like, they expect Sony to jump because Microsoft made a freaking change. That irks the hell out of me. Like, Sony is sitting at 18.5 million consoles and you want them to do a price drop. Why do that if they're already successful? What's the point? Like, you don't achieve anything. I mean, and then people, like I said before, like, a lot of people are like, yeah, Microsoft did good in December, blah blah blah, but it was only because they cut the price. They spend so much time trying to catch up to Sony and trying to beat them in sales that they keep cutting the price and they keep doing all these drastic things. What they really need to be doing is just trying to focus on what they have now and try to put more into that. Because, I mean, for fuck's sake, selling 10 million in 1 year is still a good goddamn feat. It's not bad. So they should just take what they have and they should just focus on that instead of trying to compete and trying to beat Sony at sales, because we all know that shit is just not gonna happen, dude. Especially with all the upcoming exclusive games that are coming out right now. Not right now, but in a few months. Bloodborne, you got Uncharted, then The Order. It's like, what? They're gonna be dropping. But, and also it just seemed like, yeah, like I said before, it just seemed like when Microsoft do something, make a change, cut the price, blah blah blah, people always put up an article, or there's somebody making a video saying, well, Sony need to do the same damn thing, like blah blah blah, like, yeah, Sony are the ones totally doing bad in sales and da 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 da. Like I said before, man, Sony are sitting at 18.5 million consoles, so why do they need to necessarily jump because Microsoft did something? On another note, it just feel like Microsoft is just straight up bipolar, man. Like, it just seems like whatever Sony does, and Microsoft is going to try to do it too. Like, it's like they're not trying to be their own company anymore. They're just too busy trying to, like, do things to because Sony did it, or just I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel like it just feel like they're doing more following than they are being their self. And this is why I'm more attracted to Sony console, because they do different things, they take bigger risks in their games. um Sony take a lot of damn risks. And sometimes some of them pan out well and some of them pan out bad, but they still take risks. They have variety in their games. Um, they only have so few games that actually have sequels to them. So, I just think Microsoft should, try to do their own thing instead of trying to follow and be like Sony and then thinking they're supposed to jump because they made a price cut. I mean, good lord, man, this freaking price drop. I'm not saying it's like it's a bad thing. It's good at a cheaper price, but at the same time, there's no possible way that they can be making money off of this by how much they've been dropping the price of this thing from what it previously was. There is no freaking way, because this is like Sony the whole time. Like, how long did it take for the PS3 and Sony to exactly start making money with? So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing for gamers because you're going to be getting a cheaper console, but it's a bad thing because by them continuously cutting the price of the console, then, yeah, it's not going to be a good outlook for them financially in the Xbox division. A lot of people like to exclaim, yeah, Microsoft had billions of dollars and blah, 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 but you fail to realize that the Xbox division and the Microsoft Windows edition and whatever other product they make is different divisions. So it kind of irritates me when people try to put the divisions together. Like when I made that video with that one article where the dude was like saying, Sony are bad and, they need to get their shit together because, Sony Pictures was hacked, and then you got the PlayStation 4, and then he tried to put it together, and then I'm like, what the hell? Different divisions, dude. Just because it has Sony on Sony in Sony Pictures or Sony Music doesn't mean they're in the same division. So one can be doing bad doesn't mean, like, one division can be doing bad doesn't mean the whole freaking company is gonna fall down. So like for Microsoft, just because the fucking Xbox is doing bad and or it may fall or whatever doesn't mean Microsoft as a whole is gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous, man. And yeah, I just been reading some crazy comments, y'all. People just say the darndest things, man. The darndest things. Like, I don't know, man. Just Sony ain't gonna be. They just not gonna catch a break, man. I guess it ain't no matter what they do, they're not gonna catch a break on anything. And they're trying to do positive shit. They're trying to be different. They're trying to do variety. Yet a lot of people aren't seeing that. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm all with, changes. I'm all with, trying new things. And, I'm pretty much open. So, like I said before, that's why I'm pretty much Sony. Because Sony give me variety. I don't think I would have ever seen a Beyond Two Souls or Heavy Rain or any of that on Xbox. One of the main reasons, obviously, because Microsoft didn't want to take a risk. Due to the fact that the game had I believe it was because of the child kidnapping thing. But Sony was like, hey, Chromatic Dream will take the game. And I'm like, well, they did it with the original, what was the name of the damn game? For the PS2. My bro played it, Chromatic Dream. But yeah, fanboys and all that. I don't know, man. I consider myself a fan. I try to stay as neutral as possible. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. I'm not afraid to admit. But I do want to also add on, just because you may run into a few bad seeds on a certain console, certain side, whatever, in this whole, console war bullshit, don't, make it out to be just one side being bad. Because, that is so annoying, man. Like, just because that said person or said few people run into a few assholes, idiots, and ignorant people on that side, like on the PlayStation side, they automatically assume everybody is bad, and then everybody gets grouped in with the idiots and the assholes, and that's something I do not like, and I don't like being grouped into something that I'm not. This is why I'm pretty solitary, and I tend to stay to myself a lot, because like this is like ridiculous. So I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to touch on this, and I just want to say yes. I mean, when you look at this whole situation, like, with them trying to follow Sony, I guess, with with the whole announcement of Sony being at 18.5 million, they dropped the console. This is like a touch of desperation, and you can't honestly really say that it isn't, because if it wasn't desperation, then they wouldn't be doing it, because Sony just made sold 18 million consoles. They would be doing it, for consumers, or I mean, well, it's for consumers, but they would be doing it for themselves. Let me say it like they would be doing it for themselves more than just, well, Sony did it, so let's do it too. You know what I'm saying? Just like Microsoft, be yourself. Come out with a bigger variety of games. I mean, because like I said before, Xbox has some damn games that I honestly been eyeing. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be bullshit and say I would never get one when I would, because it does have some games that I've seen that are interesting to me, and I may get it in the future. So I'm not even gonna sit here and bullshit. But that's it. If I miss anything, I'll leave it in the comment section or in the description somewhere. So make sure y'all read that. Leave y'all comments down below. Let me know what y'all think of this situation. Do you personally think Microsoft are getting desperate? Do you think this is more so for the consumers, or do you think this is more so because Microsoft just want to play catch up with Sony? I mean, they have to admit to themselves, man, there is no freaking way, no matter how many times they may drop this console, that they're going to catch up with Sony. Because I mean, if price really matter in how much these consoles cost, with all the price drops, Microsoft would have eventually caught up with the PS4 being at $400. But I mean, it obviously doesn't mean anything, because consumers is all about what the hell the console brings. I mean, what the hell is the point of getting a console that doesn't have what I want? You know what I'm saying? PS4 has what I want. So why go out and get something that doesn't have anything that I want right now? You know what I'm saying? So it gotta have something on it that people want in order for them to go and buy it. So obviously people seen a lot of things and games on the PS4 that they want, so it's the console they picked up, regardless of how much the Xbox dropped in price. So, everybody was looking at it in the long run more than a short run, because we all know the history with Sony. They may start out pretty slow with their games, but as the years start to progress, the games start dropping. Because as y'all know also, the PS3 got shitted on for its first couple of years, let me say first 3 years of being on the market, for not having that many games. I mean, like I said before in the old video, it's common sense. New consoles not gonna have that many games. So if you buy it and they complain that it has no games, then you're a damn idiot, plain and simple. But we all know with Sony history how it's gonna all turn out. So ain't no need in fronting on that. Whew. Damn, I think I just said all that in one breath. But anyway, leave all y'all thoughts down below. Let me know what y'all think it is. Do y'all think Microsoft are getting desperate? Do you think that Microsoft should do this more for themselves, and instead of trying to say, hey Sony, we're here, we're trying to pass you guys in sales and blah blah blah? So do you think they should do it more for themselves? And do you think this is kind of like a little desperation in terms of, because I mean, like literally the console was just like $349 like what, a couple of months ago during the Christmas December break, blah blah blah, and now like it went back up to $400, and now it's back at $349. So yeah, leave it down below. Thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing if you did, and I'll be sure to get back to y'all comments as quickly as I can, and deuces.